Hello and welcome to Cricket 360. I'm your host, Dr. Nilesh Mehta, joined by Professor Desai from the city of Mumbai in the state of Maharashtra. Welcome, Professor. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Thanks. The lovely state of Arizona in the US.
Yeah.
It's a little toasty. Temperatures are in excess of 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, uh,
Yeah.
time to stay indoors. But
Right. It's not a surprise.
yeah.
You come from the city of, that's not a surprise from what one understands. Yeah.
Well, the World Test Championship, Professor, recently concluded, and South Africa, deserving winners for the first time. They've actually, the nation is proud. Mr. Bavuma is proud. The teammates are proud.
Yeah.
Hoisting that mace, and what a tremendous moment for South Africa that was, isn't it, Professor?
Absolutely. Massive moment. They've shrugged off what was unfairly the choker's tag. They're a proud cricketing nation, goes back several years. And then, of course, subsequent to uh, them being banned in 68, 69 after that infamous incident involving Basil de Oliveira, and then coming back readmission into the test cricket test format, into the international cricketing circles in 91. And since then, they did not have a trophy to show, in spite of them being a top cricketing nation, genuinely top cricketing nation. And it's wonderful to have them win finally. And quite wonderful, really. Back home in India, I think people are rejoicing. Certainly, when you beat Australia, any team beating Australia uh, is always is a matter of is a great moment for people back home in India.
No, the
Um,
fact of the matter is
yeah,
Australia has been the powerhouse of cricket, right?
that's right.
So many championships, and you mentioned that the tag, the alphabet C, from what it used
Yeah,
to be, is now replaced by the
yeah,
world champion. So
that's
congratulations to
right.
South Africa. So the fourth cycle of the World Test Championship is up and running. Sri Lanka playing Bangladesh, and pretty soon Australia will be playing the West Indies with the
Yeah,
very first Test match at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados for the Sir Frank Worrell Trophy.
yeah,
And just around that time, India is going to play five test matches in England. And I
right.
think the main discussion I wanted to have with you today, Professor, is that that trophy was named as the Pataudi Trophy when India toured England. Pataudi, of course, the father of Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi, a very famous
Yeah,
family, not only in the cricketing world, but of course, the son's wife, Shamila Tagore, a very celebrated Bollywood
yeah,
actress, son also in the Bollywood industry. So a very famous family from cricketing perspective as well as Bollywood. But unceremoniously, that Pataudi name was dropped from the
yeah,
India-England trophy connection, and the trophy has been named as the Tendulkar Anderson Trophy by the England and Wales Cricket Board. That kind of led to a lot of debate within the social media. And I wanted to
yeah.
kind of pick your brain and have your thoughts about how the Pataudi Trophy was named after the legend Tendulkar and the legend Anderson.
Yeah. I mean, set the record straight, first of all, the trophy was named for all test series that were happening only in England, right? So set the record straight, which is why the English and Wales board actually took the decision on their own. Otherwise, if it was all bilateral series played, whether in England or in India, then they would have actually checked with BCCI. but this time because it's a name given to Test series that is played only in England, they chose to do this. I, at one level, if you look at, there is a heritage to trophies, to names that you give, such as Frank Worrell Trophy, has a certain heritage to it. There is, you don't want to, emotion tells you that you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to touch that heritage because it goes back a long time. And I understand that emotion. But let's understand it slightly differently. You're looking at the relevance of Test cricket today. And for the relevance of Test cricket, and you're talking about relevance of Test cricket among the newer generation, you have to therefore make that context relevant and bring in the interest among the younger audience. And which is why I guess, the English and Wales board chose to actually make it, the idea is to make it current. And when you involve the names of two current players, the fact of the matter is, how many of the current generation will know Patodi? Either Iftikhar Ali Khan Patodi, who played for England famously, and his son Mansoor Ali Khan Patodi, who played for India thereafter. Right? So how many of them will really know? And none of these two people are there anymore. So then it just boils down to their families, being invited to actually give out the trophy. Now there is the relevance, the question of the relevance. Keep it within cricket, and which is why to make the whole thing current, you involve current players, current legends, which is in Indian in this context, in this reference point, you have Tendulkar for India and James Anderson for England, and both of them have famously had
No.
rivalries. So I guess you make it relevant. So, it's just about making it current among the newer audience. That's the way I see it. How do you see it?
Well, I
I mean,
think
how do you view it?
it's like you said, it's an emotional
Yeah,
decision at one level. At another level, it is a practical decision. Like you said, if
yeah,
you want to, I mean, renaming a trophy is not going to resurrect Test cricket, right? Just because you remove the name Pataudi and insert it with Anderson-Tendulkar doesn't mean you are giving Test cricket a spark or an injection of enthusiasm that suddenly all the stadia in England will be filled up with people. No. But I think that what my personal opinion is that it's of historic proportion. There is a history behind the Pataudi legacy, and I think those probably, in my opinion, do not need to be touched. If you wanted to bring Anderson or Tendulkar or a Lakshman or any of the previous England players, come up with other solutions of different kind of a prize, for example. So what the ECB has done, basically, they have come up with the Pataudi medal now. So the winning
yeah,
captain, right? The winning captain, either Ben Stokes or Shubman Gill, will be receiving the Pataudi medal. Now, that was part of the compromise that the ECB took. They did not want to completely erase because, Professor, the story is that Tendulkar himself
yeah,
called the BCCI and the ECB, said, you know what, you can keep my name, but you cannot erase the name of.
yeah.
Uh,
No, I think that was you're so right. I mean, I think and that is just does set the record straight that Sachin Tendulkar in India, some of the greatest cricketers, they understand and value because they've played so much of Test cricket. They value the heritage, and so it was just fitting that it was kind of appropriate for Sachin Tendulkar, and he's known to be there are several stories. We won't get into that, but there are several. He's known to be a genuine proponent of the way cricket should be played, right? And he's played his entire life like that, and so it was nice of him to reach out. But you know what? You touched upon something, which is the relevance of Test cricket itself. And I think that boils down to the rivalry between the two and the relevance and the billing between the two. The billing, uh, the certain amount of billing gets acquired because of the nature of cricket played between the two countries, how competitive it is, right? So you have today, for example, what is the relevance of the Frank Worrell Trophy? You will ask yourself, because there was a point when West Indies used to dominate. It was, and Australia being a proud cricketing nation, that assumed significance, right? And thereafter, after the decline in West Indies cricket, uh, Australia is dominated since the 2000s, right? The 21st century has been completely dominated by Australia. So what's the relevance of the Frank Worrell Trophy now? So I guess, there are 8 trophies. I mean, I was just listing down, there are some 8 different trophies for bilateral series. None of them you will know of. Many of them you will not know of. You know of Border Gavaskar Trophy because the billing is high. Australia and India Test series are extremely well competed series. Similarly, Tendulkar Anderson Trophy would be a well contested one, right? So therefore, it acquires. But there are a dime a dozen. There is one Mulitaran Trophy for Test cricket series played between Australia and Sri Lanka, completely dominated by Australia. Nobody even talks about that, even though it's named after two legends. You have Chapel Hadley Trophy, which is all short format ODIs and T20s played between Australia and New Zealand. Who talks about these, right? These are two proud families, Chappell family and Hadley family on the New Zealand side. So I mean, nobody talks about these. There's Sober's Tissera Trophy. I mean, West Indies, Sri Lanka. I mean, who cares about those, right? Sober's didn't even play in Sri Lanka, didn't even play against Sri Lanka. So I mean, what's the relevance of these? I guess the relevance comes from the billing and how keenly contested the series is between the two nations.
Right.
That's what
So,
I feel. Yeah.
so the
What?
while the India England series, Test series, the 5 Test series will be going on simultaneously. Australia will be playing in the West Indies 3 Test matches for the Frank
Yeah.
Trophy. But we just wanted to bring our Cricket 360 viewers a bit of a taste about the
Yeah.
trophies after which nations fight it out. I want to thank Professor Desai for taking the time early in the morning in Mumbai. You have a great day, Professor. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
watching.
You too. You too. I believe you're traveling in a day or so
Yes, I am
to the
traveling
West Indies.
to the West
You're
Indies.
traveling to the West Indies for such a wonderful moment. I think 50 years of celebrating 50 years of that World Cup win, Prudential Cup World Cup as it was called then, win by the West Indies. I think that's wonderful, and they have been a proud cricketing nation. So it's wonderful that is being done. So I hope you carry some happy memories, and we get
I,
to converse about that.
when I return, we'll certainly do a show on this.
Certainly.
Looking forward to listening to some great stories from the likes of Clive Lloyd, Andy Roberts, Viv Richards, Gibbs, and so on and so forth. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you.